Hi everyone, RW here, and welcome to Off Topic, the program that talks about anything and everything except personal relationships. We're in the second half of May. I hope your May has been spectacular so far, and where you are, the weather has been lovely. We're going to start this episode by talking about chocolate, and specifically my guidelines to importing chocolate from another country. Now, the one nice thing about the internet, there's a lot of nice things about the internet, but when it comes to being able to partake of specialty items that are in other countries, it makes it a whole lot easier to obtain those items through the internet versus going and being a tourist. So with chocolate, there's some really simple rules I have with respect to what I buy, and hoping to get the best possible end result, that being that the chocolate that I get comes intact and it hasn't been, and it shows no signs of being, shall we say, mishandled in transit. So the first thing you have to realize is, depending on which country you're importing chocolate from or candy from, is going to be the first consideration. And that is based purely on where you live and where you're buying that chocolate or candy from. So as an example, if you're going to go and buy chocolate and you live in a country that's in the Northern Hemisphere, and the seller is in a country in the Northern Hemisphere, that means that the seasons will be in sync. In other words, when it's summer where you live, it'll be summer at the importing from the importing country. It'll be for the exporting country rather. When it's winter where you live, it's going to be winter where the exporter country is from. So you're going to have the same type of weather conditions with respect to temperature. And that's really key, because chocolate is a perishable and is a delicate product. And chocolate, if it's exposed to temperatures swings, especially high temperatures, chocolate will melt. So if, for example, if I'm importing chocolate from Japan and I'm getting it to Canada, summertime in Canada is summertime in Japan. Wintertime in Canada is wintertime in Japan. So the temperature ranges will be pretty consistent. And what you want to do is make sure that you avoid buying chocolate and having it shipped during the summer months. So where you live, summer in the Northern Hemisphere is going to be definitely June, definitely July, and definitely August. Now, also, you could see increases in temperatures in the second half of May and the first half of September. So really, that time frame is when you want to avoid buying chocolate and having it shipped, because in all likelihood, depending on how it's being shipped, if it's coming by expedite courier, that's one concern. If it's going through the regular mail system and it's going to have to clear customs when it arrives in your country, you could be looking at a time frame from anywhere from a couple of weeks to as much as 3 months. And with that length of time and summer temperatures unfortunately in buildings that may not have air conditioning, or in trucks that are moving the chocolate from point A to point B, there's just a greater potential of having that chocolate melt in transit. So I highly recommend and discourage people buying chocolate and having it shipped during the summer months. Now, ideally, if you want to go and ship chocolate, and we're talking about Northern Hemisphere countries here, ideally you would be looking at mid-September to December, and probably February to I would say mid-April. Those are probably going to be your most ideal times to ship chocolate, because the temperatures will be cooler You're definitely not going to have to worry as much about chocolate melting if it's being shipped in a truck or in a mailbox or outside. The package is left at your door. So you stand a better chance of having all that chocolate you paid for get to your home and being intact and being in mint condition. The other issue is real severe cold weather, and so now we're talking in Canada January, and that takes in the last half of December and probably the first half of February, where you can get extremely cold temperature conditions. And the problem is that the chocolate won't melt, but when the chocolate comes into your home and it's at room temperature, it's going to start to thaw. And so there is the potential of causing some quality deterioration of that chocolate that you bought. So I'm a little concerned about leaving or getting chocolate and being left unattended outside or in a delivery truck for extended periods of time and almost or actually freezing. So that's what you have to take into consideration. If you're shipping chocolate from different hemispheres, that's an entirely different ballgame, because in the northern hemisphere, when it's summer, it's winter in the southern hemisphere. So again, transportation now becomes even more tricky, because you're going from potentially a summer scenario in one country, if it's in the southern hemisphere, and it's going to the northern hemisphere where it's winter. And ideally, under those conditions, you probably want to go and time it where it's seasonal change. So you want to go between not summer and winter, you want to go between winter and fall, between those two hemispheres. And that's probably going to minimize the temperature range differences, to minimize the impact on your chocolate being transported. So those are my real simple tips with respect to when I'm buying chocolate and I'm buying it from a seller outside of the country. Real simple. In summer, don't even bother ordering it, because you don't want it shipped. Definitely once spring starts coming in, again, not a great time to go and place an order. After you get into mid-September and later, it's probably ideal to buy and have it shipped. So with that said, I'm going to take a real short break, and we will be right back. And coming up, another Japanese Kit Kat review.
Hello, and welcome to our website. Successful in Finding Love.co is a website dedicated to providing information, insight, and inspiration in the area of personal relationships. Here, you will find written content and an expanding library of videos. We also have a number of social media properties, which include our YouTube channel. You can find exclusive video releases on our Facebook page. And we are also on Google+. We also produce the video series Off Topic, the program that talks about anything and everything, except personal relationships. New episodes are released every 2 weeks. To keep you updated, we would love to have you sign up and subscribe to our website. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. Again, thank you for visiting, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, I told you about how you get chocolate from a seller to your door, and that's a nice lead into our segment. And our segment, as you know, it's my reviewing of Japanese flavored Kit Kats. And today, I have another flavor that I'm really intrigued with, and I have to say this particular flavor kind of really stands out for me, and that flavor is custard pudding. Custard pudding was released for Easter, and it's obviously the packaging is in your nice your decorative bag. Contains 12 snack-sized bars, including one golden Kit Kat. The wrapping of the individual pieces are Easter themed, so for children, it's probably even more delightful to go and find the different characters on different wrapping, and it's a nice Easter marketing thing to do. But getting down to the candy itself, what is interesting about this particular flavor of Kit Kat is, like a lot of the Kit Kat flavors, it comes with a white chocolate outer coating, and it has embossed in the mold Easter motifs. So it's your Easter egg, your rabbit, all symbols of Easter. When I bit into the Kit Kat, the snack-sized Kit Kat, the first thing you taste is the custard. It does taste like a natural custard flavor. And then shortly after I assessed the taste, it came across that the texture actually was like pudding, and I was kind of blown away. The custard is really natural, and the texture is like a pudding, like custard pudding. And that's something I've been really impressed with about the Japanese Kit Kat flavors. There seems to be a very strong commitment to go and get flavors that are as natural as possible and as complementary as possible. And with this particular limited edition custard pudding, that just really confirms what I've been seeing. And it also makes me a stronger believer that I can understand, and I have a deeper appreciation why the Japanese love Kit Kat, and why Nestle's Japan is committed to producing products that basically delight their customers of Kit Kat products. So it's a really good flavor, it's a really nice texture, and again, if you get the chance, and with limited edition Kit Kat releases, it's real limited in your time availability. Get them. But if you get the opportunity, in this particular case, next year, if they release custard pudding for Easter, you definitely want to get yourself a bag and treat yourself and maybe the children in your family, because they're going to really enjoy this. So I'm going to go and have a break, and you can go and watch this piece of video. We'll be right back. And up next, more making video insight. Welcome back, everyone. Well, over the last couple of episodes of Off Topic, I've been giving you some insight into making videos, and today we will continue with the next item that you want to consider when you produce videos. And when you're going to produce videos, you have the option of putting in all types of audio. Audio being sound effects, being music, being additional voices, audio voice track overlays. But specifically I want to talk about music. And music has its place in video production. Now, some people who produce videos use absolutely no music in any of their videos. Other people will produce videos and use very small segments of music. Other people will use music throughout their video production. There's really no right or wrong use of music or not to use music in a video, and that's up to the creator. That's up to you. And I will tell you, I've always felt that having some music or having a lot of music in a piece of video definitely enhances the video, the presentation, and makes the watching the video more enjoyable. So with that said, if you're going to use music, and I use music specifically to build identity for a specific type of video or video series. So as an example for Off Topic, we've gone and purchased a license from premiumbeat.com for music that was created by Reactor Productions in Vancouver, Canada. And we use Overdrive as the theme music for this video production. And we use it throughout the video itself. And the reason why we decide to do that is listening to someone talk for protracted periods of time, depending on their voice, on their skill level, can be, in some cases, very hard to pay attention to that person talking, or it is a situation where the music competes with the live talent. And we made the decision to go and use music throughout the production because we think it ends up giving you a nicer finished video piece, which we're concerned about quality production. Imperfections or slight imperfections in sound quality kind of get masked. So if you hear the odd pop or crackle, if there was no music, that would kind of be annoying. With a very low music overlay, that blends in nicely, so you don't end up with those minor imperfections in the original audio. They get taken care of, and that's nicer to view. The music also goes and builds up a connection to your video production. So in other words, even if you don't see the video, if you hear the music, you say, hey, that's the video for, or the music for that video. And it's a way of connecting. And really good music definitely is memorable. And I can count at least 5 different television programs, or on the internet, or on cable television, or broadcast television, where as soon as I hear the music, I know what that video production is. I know what that video is all about. And so that's a really great thing. So that's one of the reasons why you may want to consider using music, because it helps build awareness and brands into your viewer's mind. So those are all good things. Now, like I say, with music, you're better off to go and pay for a license to go and have the rights to use a piece of music. You can get what's called royalty-free music, but there is always the possibility that if you don't pay for a license, that the music may have been used without authorization. And if you've used that in your video, you may be hearing from a lawyer saying you're using music without proper licensing or it's been unauthorized. When you go and pay for music, royalty-free music, you obtain the license, you have all your copyright clearances right there, so you never ever have to worry. And in most cases, it does not affect you being able to monetize a piece of video. So those are all good things from a creator's standpoint. So music, it's up to the creator. You can go and use it. You can elect not to use it. You can go and use it partially. You can go and do whatever you want. But just make sure that when it comes to copyright clearance, it's all above board and taken care of, so you don't have to worry. With that said, we'll be right back. And up next, the big challenge update. Welcome back, everyone. Well, we're going to wrap up this episode of Off Topic, but before I do, I'm going to go and give you the latest update on the big challenge. Now, if you haven't watched our program before, the big challenge was an item that we created to go and help increase viewership and subscribership on the Successful in Finding Love.co website, along with our YouTube channels, and specifically for Off Topic. Now, we decided to do something a little bit different. We decided to go and put into a friendly competition two countries, those being Japan and the United Kingdom. And we want to go and get them to go in a nice friendly competition to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our website. And the winner of the competition would basically get a minimum of a nice segment in a future episode of Off Topic in 2018. And when we started at the beginning of the year, the score was 0-0, and as of right now, that Mexican Standoff is still there. We're still sitting at 0-0. Obviously, I keep saying that, look, if you live in Japan or you live in the United Kingdom, All it takes for you to go and put your country in the lead in this competition is one person subscribing, and the race is on. So at this point, we're still waiting, and I've decided that we're going to throw in some inducements to get people to start moving towards the finish line here, which is the end of the year. And we haven't worked out all of the what we're going to do exactly, but I will tell you that we have got a couple of items already selected, and they're already here. And over the next episode or two, we'll start unveiling those items, and then we're going to go and establish a start date where this is going to go. And there's the possibility that you, if you're living in Japan or the United Kingdom, could possibly be getting something coming your way from me personally. So you got to keep watching this space to go and get all the details. And we would love you to subscribe. Now, if you're in Japan and the United Kingdom, I'll tell you, you may want to hold off. If you live anywhere else on the face of the planet, you may want to subscribe right now. And we'll start that as well. But anyway, I'd like to go and thank you for watching this video, this episode of Off Topic. We enjoy making it, and we enjoy you watching it. As I said, continue to watch this space, and we'll see you down the road. So take care, and have a good May. Bye.